I'm a journalist, a gender advocate, and one that is very interested in women's health as well as girls' education, girls' support. I did an interview recently, and one lady battled with infertility stigma. It happened that she suffered a condition, a medical condition called Polycystic Ovarian Syndrome, PCOS for short. And we had that interview. Today, I'm here with Dr. Samuel Gyedu Owusu of the LEKMA Hospital. He's going to give us a medical perspective of PCOS. If you are not suffering this condition, you might know somebody who is. Pay attention to this interview, to this conversation, and then share with people you think will benefit from it. Thank you. So, welcome, Dr.
So it's like a vicious cycle. It goes round and round and round. So it's not anyone who has diabetes has PCOS, but everyone who has PCOS has a higher risk of getting diabetes.
Wow. Thank you. So, Doc, I want to find out, after all these treatments, a woman gets pregnant, she's able to have a first child. And then she's struggling again, or she tries again for a second child, but does not get it. Does it mean that this PCOS condition is back and is affecting again? So my question is that once you have treated and a person get pregnant, does it mean they have now the condition under control, that they can get pregnant at any time?
No. As I said earlier, PCOS can be treated but cannot be cured. So if for your first child you are able to undergo proper treatment and you deliver your first child, it doesn't mean that your second child will come automatically without struggling. You will have the same problem that you had earlier in giving birth to your second child because the condition is not cured. It was just managed for you to get pregnant. So the same way that it was managed for you to get pregnant, in that same way, it can be managed again for you to have your second child. But it's not automatic that once you give birth for your first child, you will definitely have no struggles in giving birth to your second child.
Very well understood. Thank you very much. So, Doc, I know there are a lot of women watching you who are also struggling with PCOS. Some of them need do's and don'ts. So, you have PCOS. What should you do to enhance your ability to conceive? Yes. And what shouldn't you do?
That is good. So, the first thing you have to know is the first line of management of PCOS is lifestyle modification. Now, you have to change your diet. You should be eating more healthy. So you should be eating more of whole grains, more fruits, vegetables. You have to avoid alcohol. You have to avoid smoking. You have to avoid eating fatty or junk foods. You have to build your body for the next steps ahead. So the first thing is lifestyle modification. Have enough rest. And the most important thing is also exercise, because we already talked about the situation where people with PCOS are at a higher risk of getting diabetes mellitus. And in the management of DM, lifestyle is the first. If lifestyle modification fails and dietary modification fails, that is when we switch to medication. So if you are able to exercise, so the exercise may include yoga, it may include swimming, cycling, not a very high intensive exercise per se, but something like swimming, cycling, yoga. It's okay for you to be able, for the body to be able to use the already existing glucose in the body, so that the body, you will not get fat. Then the body will not rely on the estrogen that is produced by the excess fat to go through another vicious cycle to impede on your fertility stance. So it's better to exercise, it's better to change your diet, it's better to have enough rest, it's better to avoid bad habits like smoking, alcohol, so that you'll be able to control or put the PCOS under control and get fertile easily.
Thank you, Doc. And then there are also some women who have gone to these treatments, but still to no avail. I mean, no child is coming. And they are only hanging on a thin line of hope. I'm just hoping that I'll have a child. So I want to find out from you, is it possible for every woman that has PCOS to have a child even after treatment?
So it's not 100% surety that whilst you undergo treatment, you will definitely have a child. And the treatment or the fertility aspects of PCOS is not a one-way street. It's a two-way street. Maybe the lady is going through everything possible, the lady is doing everything right, but what of the man? So the man, yes, the man has to also check the semen, go for a semen analysis, check for the morphology of the semen. Like the man has to also undergo tests to see that he is also strong, he is also potent to be able to also deliver. So it's not always a problem of the female gender. It's also something that can also be related to the male aspect of things. Fertility in general is both sides, the man and the woman. So if they've been trying everything possible to get pregnant, it's not working, maybe the man has to also be examined. The ladies out there who are suffering from PCOS, there is hope. It's not a lost cause. You are not condemned to infertility. If you take up, the journey is a long journey. It's not a short one. So you have to be consistent. You have to gather up the courage. You have to be strong in spirit because you undergo series of tests, series of labs before you can achieve your goal. So if you don't have the strength, the perseverance, and the consistency, it may be difficult for you to achieve your common goal, that is to have a child. So there is hope for everyone with PCOS. Once you are determined to give birth, I believe that there is a treatment for you to undergo for you to give birth.
Thank you, Doc. You're almost becoming a pastor.